Our talk with Monroe County candidates who are running for office picks back up this morning with Catherine Vogel, who is one of two Democrats running for state attorney. Catherine, thank you for being with us this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
And good to see you, my old friend.
Oh,
yes.
you too,
All right, Catherine, could you start by giving our viewers a little bit of your history?
Sure. I was first hired as an assistant state attorney back in 1981 by then state attorney in Miami, Janet Reno, and I worked there in Miami for 19 years, and then I was recruited to come be the second in charge here in Monroe County back in 2001. I moved here and worked here for 8 years.
Okay, and now why are you running for office, Catherine?
Well, it's because I'm running for state attorney. It's really, this is the only office that I would run for. I really love being a state attorney and working for the state attorney's office. It's a passion of mine to fight for the rights of victims and to always do the right thing. And I really believe that the office needs me right now to come in and run and take over.
What dynamics do you think you bring compared to your opponent?
Well, I have an awful lot of trial experience when working for the state attorney's office over the 27 years that I've worked there. I've tried over 100 felony cases. When you compare that to my opponent, who has never tried a felony case at all, about 45 of the cases have been homicide cases. Many of them when I was in Miami, but certainly some of them live in here as well.
You know, one of the most high-profile cases in recent court history in Florida was the Jimmy Rice case. And not only did you prosecute that ended up, changing state law with a law in that name, but you did it, and you nailed that case. We all watched it on TV, blow by blow. I mean, that was an amazing thing you did. Can you tell us a little insight into that?
Sure. What happened was, I guess back in the 1990s, maybe the mid-1990s, a little boy went missing, and I was assigned to assist the police in their investigation. And they found a man by the name of Juan Carlos Chavez, who they suspected of having abducted Jimmy Rice. And I helped and assisted the police in their investigation and their interrogation of Mr. Chavez. And we went to trial. The trial started out in Miami, and it was moved to Orlando. We actually tried it in Orlando, and he was convicted. And afterwards, the Rice family, Jimmy's mom and dad, were both lawyers, and they lobbied the legislature to institute what's called the Jimmy Rice Act. And what that means is that individuals who are violent sexual offenders, after they've served their sentence, they go before the court, and the state can ask that they be committed, a civil commitment, so where they have to go to a special hospital until the state is satisfied that they're no longer a danger to the community. So, I mean, it was a very, very significant case, and it was a very high-profile case.
And our kids are safer today thanks to your work in that case.
That's true.
The Jimmy Rice Act and
That's
all
true.
of that. So
yes, that's
thank
true.
you for that.
Oh, well, you're very welcome.
Catherine, what are some other interesting cases that you've had in the past?
Oh, other interesting cases. Oh, let's see. I've done over 45 homicide cases. Now I'm drawing a blank. I was actually asked when I was as assistant state attorney here in Monroe County to go to Dade County to assist in a DUI homicide of a judge. There was a circuit court judge that had died in an automobile accident, and we prosecuted not only the driver but also the individual that had lent the car to the driver. And I believe that was a very difficult case, and it was groundbreaking insofar as I got guilty verdicts on not only the driver but also the person who put the car in the driver's hands, that ended up killing a very, very well-respected circuit court case. Circuit court judge from Miami. I've also been involved in, there were some cases down here I know that public corruption is a big issue here, and when I first came here, there were some, some cases involving public corruption. There were some police officers, I think that, many years ago, maybe 12 years ago or so, that had gotten out of control, and I participated in prosecuting them. And that was very, very difficult because, for the most part, I work very closely with police officers and have a lot of respect for them. But sometimes those are difficult cases that you just really have to pursue. I've done, like I said, a lot of homicide cases. One of the most disturbing case had to do with a domestic violence situation where a woman had pursued prosecuting her husband for domestic violence. When he was released from prison, he ended up coming back and breaking into her home and killing their children to get back at her. So I've prosecuted some really devastating cases as well. It's made a big impact on me. I believe that domestic violence is a passion that I have, and I like to fight for the rights of those victims as well.
On the line of violence, what's your take on the Stand Your Ground law?
Well, I believe firmly that the Stand Your Ground law should be repealed. Back before 2006, there was a law. We had the right to defend ourselves, but one of the things that was very important in self-defense is that you have to avoid the danger. With the new Stand Your Ground law, if you feel as though your life is in danger, there's no obligation for you to retreat or to get away or to try to remove yourself from the danger. And I don't think that it's necessary. The law worked back before 2006, and I thought that the law was very good before, and we need to repeal it.
Do you think the Trayvon Martin case will change that?
Well, I hope it brings some focus on that law, and that we take a good look at the law and reevaluate it and see that it's probably not necessary. I'd like to see it repealed.
Okay. All right. Well, Catherine, thank you so much for being
Oh,
here with us
thank
this
you.
morning and
That's
filling
so-
us in on this.
Oh, great.
And if more people want information about you, they can check out your website.
That's right, www.vogel2012.com. Please vote for me August the
Catherine
14th.
Vogel.
Okay, Catherine, well, thank you again for
Thank
your
you.
time. Everyone, don't go away. We're going to be back with Occupy Key West right after this.